Hey there, skyscraper enthusiasts. Are you ready to talk about some record-breaking building goodness? Today, we're diving into the world of Dubai's newest project that will make your neck hurt just thinking about it. We're talking about a skyscraper that's so tall, it makes the Empire State Building look like a quaint little dollhouse. Yes, you heard that right. Dubai is throwing down a cool $1 billion to build the tallest building in the world, and it's about to make some serious waves. So buckle up and get ready to soar to new heights because we're about to get into the nitty-gritty of this epic engineering and architectural feat. Okay, folks, let's get into the juicy bits. The engineering marvels behind Dubai's latest skyscraper. First up, we're talking about the structural design. This building is going to be so tall that it'll need some serious support. The architects and engineers have come up with a design that will keep this baby standing, even in the face of some gnarly weather conditions. It's like a really tall Jenga tower, but instead of using wood blocks, they're using reinforced steel and concrete. I don't know about you, but I feel like I'd rather be on the ground playing Jenga instead of living in it. Next, let's chat about the building materials. You can't just build the world's tallest skyscraper with any old bricks and mortar. They've got to use the good stuff, the real deal. This building will be made up of over 100,000 tons of concrete and steel. That's like building 20 Eiffel Towers. They're even using special materials to reduce the weight and increase the strength, so it won't come tumbling down like a house of cards in a hurricane. Basically, this building is going to be tougher than a WWE wrestler, so you can rest easy knowing you won't get blown away during a windy day. Now let's talk about the architecture of this bad boy. This ain't your grandma's skyscraper. The designers have gone all out to make sure this building looks like a futuristic work of art. With a sleek, modern design, this building is going to be the apple of Dubai's eye. Plus, with its unique shape and layout, this skyscraper is going to have more twists and turns than a Hollywood plotline. It's like someone took a giant pencil and just started doodling in the sky. But hey, who needs a straight line when you got curves like this? And let's not forget about the views. This building is going to give you a bird's eye view of the city like you've never seen before. With panoramic windows and observation decks, you'll be able to see everything from the Burj Khalifa to the beaches of Dubai. It's like a real-life SimCity view, but with way more detail. Just don't forget to take a deep breath before you look out the window. The view might just take your breath away, but let's be real. Building a skyscraper this tall comes with its fair share of challenges. First up, we've got wind load. That's right, folks. When you're building a building this tall, you've got to factor in some serious wind resistance. I mean, I've had my hair blown around by a strong gust of wind. But imagine if you were living in a building that's 4 times taller than the Empire State Building. That's some serious wind power. But fear not, the engineers have got this covered. They're using some fancy technology to make sure the building doesn't sway too much in the wind. It's like they're building a giant kite that won't take off into the clouds. And let's talk about elevators, shall we? You can't have a skyscraper without some serious elevator technology, but when you're building a building that's over 1 kilometer tall, you've got to take things up a notch. These elevators are going to be faster than Usain Bolt on a caffeine high. They'll take you from the ground floor to the observation deck in just over a minute. But don't worry about getting motion sickness, because they've got that covered too. The elevators will use a special system to keep the ride smooth, like you're floating on a cloud. Okay, maybe not a cloud, but you get the idea. Now let's talk about the bragging rights. You know the saying, go big or go home. Well, Dubai is definitely going big, and there's no way they're going home. Building the world's tallest skyscraper is like winning the lottery, but instead of getting a cash prize, you get global recognition and prestige. It's like being the coolest kid in school, but on a worldwide scale. I mean, who wouldn't want to be known as the country that built the tallest building in the world? It's like saying, look at me, I'm the king of the world. But hey, with great height comes great responsibility, and Dubai is ready to take on the challenge. And let's not forget about the economic benefits. Building a skyscraper like this isn't cheap, but the payoff is worth it. The building will attract tourists from all over the world, and with tourism comes money. Plus, it's going to create jobs for architects, engineers, construction workers, and even janitors. That's right. Folks, even janitors can brag about working in the world's tallest building. So not only is Dubai building a monument to human achievement, but they're also boosting their economy in the process. It's like hitting two birds with one giant towering stone. Now, let's get serious for a moment and talk about the potential side effects of living or working at such high altitudes. We're not talking about the "I feel dizzy when I climb the stairs" kind of high altitude. We're talking about the "I'm living in a building that's 4 times taller than the Empire State Building" kind of high altitude. That's some serious altitude, folks. And with altitude comes reduced oxygen levels, which can lead to health problems like altitude sickness and respiratory issues. It's like trying to breathe through a straw, but the straw is made of cotton candy. Not exactly easy. But fear not, Dubai has got this covered. The building will be equipped with state-of-the-art air filtration systems to ensure that the air is as clean and breathable as possible. It's like having your own personal air purifier, but on a massive scale. And let's be real, living in a building this tall is a small price to pay for the bragging rights of living in the world's tallest building. Plus, think of all the stairs you'll get to climb. Who needs a gym membership when you've got a building that's over 1 kilometer tall? Now let's talk about safety. Safety first, people. We don't want anyone getting hurt in the world's tallest skyscraper. That would just be embarrassing. So Dubai is taking all the necessary precautions to ensure the safety and well-being of the building's occupants. We're talking about emergency evacuation plans that would make Houdini proud. There will be multiple escape routes, state-of-the-art fire suppression systems, and even sky bridges that will allow people to evacuate the building in the event of an emergency. It's like having your own personal fireman on standby, but on a grander scale. But let's be real, with a building this tall, you're going to need more than just a fireman. You're going to need a whole team of superheroes. And that's exactly what Dubai has in store. They're planning to use the latest in advanced technology to monitor the building for any signs of trouble. It's like having your own personal superhero squad, but instead of capes, they're wearing hard hats and carrying walkie-talkies. So rest assured, folks, you'll be safe and sound in the world's tallest skyscraper. Now, let's talk about the future of skyscraper construction and design. If the world's tallest skyscraper is 4 times taller than the Empire State Building, what's next? A building that's 5 times taller? 10 times taller? The sky's the limit, literally, and who knows what kind of innovative design features we'll see in the coming decades. Maybe we'll have buildings that can bend and sway with the wind like a graceful ballerina. Or maybe we'll have buildings that can change their shape and size depending on the needs of the occupants. It's like living in a transformer, but without all the robot fighting. One thing's for sure. The future of skyscraper construction and design is going to be exciting. It's like a giant game of Jenga. But instead of wooden blocks, we're building massive, towering structures. And who knows, maybe one day we'll look back at the world's tallest skyscraper and think, wow, that was cute. But have you seen the building that's 50 times taller than the Empire State Building? Now that's a skyscraper. Well, folks, that's a wrap on our discussion about Dubai's record-breaking skyscraper. We've learned about the incredible engineering, architectural, and construction feats that are making this building possible. We've also talked about the potential side effects of living at such high altitudes. But don't worry, Dubai has got our backs with some seriously cool safety measures.